What's up guys, Jacob here back on another video. I'm going to be going over some matchup stuff. Gonna be going over some replays and kind of just explain certain things. I believe I got a comment from Zooted. He wanted to kind of know, like, where can Manon, I guess, interrupt, certain things and certain matchups. I mean, that's, you'll know based on like frame data too, like where you can interrupt in certain gaps, but I can still go over some common things that some characters will do that you're gonna go up against to interrupt. But yeah, I first didn't go over Kimberly, right? So common thing that players do is the dash cancel off of normals, right? So go over this one. This is not real, right? So if she does it raw for crouch fierce, it's not real. That is minus. You can interrupt it. Wait, hold on, dead. Okay. I believe, I mean, it's a pretty heavy gap there. I'm pretty sure I can just command grab that, but I mean, going for a command grab on block is a little wild, but yeah, you can. There's a big enough gap where you can do that, but yeah, it's just faster to go for jab, and if you're a little late on seeing it, it will help, right? Having something a little faster, right? So another thing that Kimberly can make that situation plus, depending on what she does, right? So for example, if she does drive rush into it, it's plus, right? So you have to be able to see that coming, right? You got to pick that out, right? If she does it off a drive rush, you got to respect it. See it's plus. Try to press a button, you get interrupted, right? So you have to be able to tell those things apart, if she's going from drive rush into it or not, right? Most Kimberlys, if they see that you're doing it, they're gonna stop doing it raw. They might not do raw to save their bar or whatever, so you gotta be aware of that. Based on the meter that a Kimberly has, you gotta look out for certain things they might try to get away with, right? So for example, a lot of Kimberlys, if they're low on meter, they might just go for this raw, you know what I mean? Because they don't have any other options really to apply pressure sometimes, so they'll just do that, right? So you have to be aware of those things. That's not real, right? You can interrupt that. But once you kind of understand like how a Kimberly player will think in situations, it helps a lot, right? I mean, she has other stuff too, right? Like her setups in the corner, right? Some of her stuff has gaps, right? I mean, alright, hold on, let me do that again. Oops. Kind of messed that up, but that should be good enough. So like if you get hit by a setup in the corner by Kimberly, right? There are certain things you can do, right? If you make a good read, right? Like you could damn near command grab that, right? But it's a hard read, right? You don't just do that, right? That's why, right? But there are gaps and certain things that you can do. It's just most things aren't reactable. You don't or require a very hard read, right? So I just want to go over that, right? If you're in the corner, you're guessing hard, right? To get out of the situation. You can decide to parry, right? To avoid things. You can decide to make a hard read if she's gonna go for overhead, but all that's just hard read stuff. That's not something that is easy in a sense. That's something you will understand over just experience against a certain player. But yeah, go over Dalsum now. So certain things with Dalsum is that a lot of things about Dalsum players that they kind of autopilot certain things because a lot of players right now do not know what to do against them. So a common thing I see Dalsum's autopilot is this into low, right? So it's good, but there is you can't punish, right? If they're not what do you call it? If they're just autopiloting, right? If you know they're gonna go for the slide, you can't punish with a what do you call it? A drive impact, right? The thing is that if you're a little late on it, like if you're trying to react and then drive impact, it might not be the best idea because he can recover in time to drive impact back. So it's a hard read, right? That's the problem, right? So I mean that's the matchup. The matchup is you making a hard read to get in and hope your offense is good enough to keep them there, right? And you kind of guess right on offense, right? That's kind of the idea. And then hoping that don't let him get away with a lot of gimmicks either, right? Like another thing that's really good with Dalsum is his float, right? So if you're very good with reacting, right? You know, you see this coming, right? It will bait you a lot of times because it's very what do you call it? Very hard to interrupt, right? If you're not ready, you have to be really ready, right? You can interrupt it. The problem is that if you're not ready, you're just gonna get caught, right? And in certain ranges, you just get flat out just like interrupted. So you see there? And there's things you could do, but you have to be ready for that to happen, right? You're not fighting a lot of Dhalsims, you're not gonna be ready just to anti-air that like that, right? You're gonna see that and then just look at it like, oh, what the hell? And then get hit. You can jab it, which is crazy, right? If you time it, you can jab, but it's not the best thing to do, right? But the interrupting, you have to be really early. You have to know it's coming, pretty much. You have to know that Dhalsim player is gonna do that. But a lot of times they do it after like a certain string, or if they throw a fireball out, they just float, right? So it's not as easy as it seems, right? But yeah. It's another annoying thing to deal with against Dhalsim, and they could just do the what's it called? The Yokaka shit. The air fireball off of that. So he can bait you, right? It's a 50-50 game there. If you want to decide to make a read and try to, you know, press a button, you can, but you have to do it at your own risk, right? To get in. But that's just the matchup. So this was a match I had against a Dhalsim player. I believe it's in the video. I got scraped because I didn't really know what to do. There's a lot of situations that he kind of autopilot. Like even there, even though I got hit in the air, he still went into slide. Well, you get meaty anyways, but yeah. So two things already that I'm getting hit by that I don't know about, right? If I would just move forward and drive impact, I would have caught the slide. But maybe he did it because he saw that I jumped, but I don't know. And he went into the float, right? And from that distance, I couldn't really challenge, right? See? And I pressed cartridge pretty early, right? Oh, let me change the speed real quick. Okay, see, from there I couldn't really challenge. I had to go for an EX. Drop the combo there. Okay. But already I'm just like, what the hell's happening, right? I got caught by two things I shouldn't have already, right? Okay, I got hit by that again, right? But knowing certain situations will help me a lot, right? Avoid that happening, right? Because in the sense, if I do get in, it helps a lot, you know what I mean? Like, for example here, I got in, right? He tried to drive impacted, yeah. Now he's in the corner, now you gotta guess, right? Like I already tell there, like he kinda knows the matchup, but not really. He knows like the basic standard like autopilot Manan stuff, like overhead after command grab, right? The basic stuff. So he's thinking about parrying or drive impacting to punish, right? That's why I changed my offense, right? I know that a lot of Manans do that, right? So you gotta change it up. Thing is, I don't know his offense, right? So it's kind of who gets in first in this sense, right? But now I'm full screen and I'm burnt out, right? Still getting caught by that because I don't know what to do, right? I think I'm in burnout, so I have to respect that anyways. But yeah, I could have supered maybe. But that's a hard read, right? A lot of this matchup is like a hard read to get in, right? Make the wrong read, you get punished, and Dhalsim starts his offense, right? His set play. So that's like a good example of like me not knowing what the hell I'm doing and just trying to get in, right? And then just getting caught by all the set play, not knowing what to do. But if I did know, I would have been able to kind of get through that as he was autopiloting. And I would have had to force him to play differently. Now I would have realized he probably doesn't know certain things about this matchup. He's mostly just parrying or drive impacting on his defense, so it helps a lot, right? But yeah. If both players don't know about each other's character, it just becomes messy a little bit, right? So, but that's kind of how it is, right? I'm gonna go with another one. Alright, this was against Thermite. So, what happened here? Nice. Okay. Okay. Bro, neutral jump, man, so good. I always hate it. What the? Oh, okay, okay. I think I got thrown off pretty much. Nice. Neutral jump, yeah. I always hate neutral jump because it covers so many options. Back throw, yeah. I fucked up there, then anti. Okay, that's kind of just me messing up. Okay. DP, yep. So that I gotta be aware of, right? He just kept DPing after every like drive rush I did, right? There's a gap, technically there's a gap, right? You can lock someone down for trying to DP, but yeah. I just didn't think it would do that every time. It is looking bad. Yep. At this point, I'm kind of fucked. Okay, played lame, I got out, and he did it again. Yep. Being stubborn, that's what I get. But, okay, I kind of know already what was going on there. So I kept going for, what do you call it? I was delaying too much after. I wasn't going into an actual block swing. You can though, yeah, like I just wasn't keeping it tight, that was the problem. Any slight delay in my string, it'll just get DP, that was happening pretty much. I wasn't keeping it tight. Right, so yeah. You can punish, right? Like, you can just do a real blocking, right? But yeah. Like, all that's real there. So if someone just mashing DP, like, on everything, yes, you're gonna be able to block and punish, but that's just knowing, right? But you're kind of pretty safe to just kind of DP there. Just do, like, one DP after, and then just stop, right? Like, literally, that's all you have to do. Mash DP, so if I delay, I get DP'd. If I don't delay it, your DP won't come out, you block, and then you make your next decision, right? That's kind of really good for any DP character, actually. You can kind of just OS a DP in between there, yeah. I can't just stop in the middle and bait the DP. That kind of sucks for me. Yeah, it definitely sucks for me. There's nothing I can do there. But you have to be quick on this one though. That's not easy, but yeah. Here is a lot easier because you get more time. But yeah. But you gotta be ready for people that are gonna DP the shit out of you for trying to get in. But yeah, I respect it though. Makes sense. But it's crazy. You can kind of OS the DP. You can legit just throw out a DP in the middle. And if I delay, I get hit. If I don't, you block. That's kind of messed up. But yeah, either way, guess there's no real option to counter that. You know what I mean? I have to do something crazy like that. You know what I mean? Which is not good. But yeah. If I want to bait it, yeah, that's kind of crappy. So a lot of people always jump in certain situations, right? But I gotta practice more of like using crouch heavy. Sometimes my old autopilot comes out from Street Fighter 5 with Birdie, and I do crouch it medium punch. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go over the what do you call it? Throw, I guess, OS anti-air. If people are neutral jumping a lot after situations, right? Bro, you're not jumping? So he's delayed jumping. You can't make him jump right away. Kind of sucks. Okay, he's not doing it at the first frame. Right, he's doing like a delay. See? Bruh. That's so annoying. What the hell? Oh yeah. So you have to get like meaty though. Like if he jumps on a meaty grab, then you can anti-air. But if you delay a little bit, you do your grab a little too late, you won't get your anti-air. But I get stuff. I get punished. Wow. So it has to be like a meaty grab where I can get a punish. Okay. Yeah, you have to be really early. Okay, that kind of sucks. I guess I gotta do that. I think that's just more consistent. Not to worry about getting hit because of the upper body invincibility. Alright guys, I know I didn't go over 2 minute replays. I went over like 2 replays, but hopefully I kind of like went over like, you know, how the interrupting thing works, like, you know, like when to interrupt and the concepts and certain matchups, right? I don't know too much matchup stuff, so you gotta, you know, I haven't played enough against a lot of characters yet, so it's gonna take a little while for me to know exactly what to do. But for like the basic gimmicks, I do know what to do. But I'm still focusing on working on Manon, you know, on my own muscle memory and character OS and stuff first, you know. I still have to make that a little more solid, but yeah. As I get better at that and learn matchups, it will come eventually, like knowing what to do. But I do know certain things in matchups, right? Just because I played them enough to a point where I kind of know certain things, but yeah. And I went over other stuff, OSs and, you know, drive impact stuff against Awesome, right? You know, Kimberly setups, right? And like, you know, talking about hard reads and whatnot, right? Hopefully that helped. You know, interrupting all that stuff is kind of just framed at as things and just stuff that you find gaps for, but hopefully that helped. Hopefully, I guess that helps. Like, I just wanted to know certain matchups maybe. But I'm not too experienced in certain matchups yet. But yeah. Either way, I hope, you know, what I showed you was, you know, helped at least a little bit, and some concepts I explained hopefully helped. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or any questions about certain things, just let me know, and I'll try my best to answer them. And, you know, based on, you know, I could still lab something real quick and just tell you what's going on with that. But yeah, if you want to know what my opinion on is or what, you know, I think about certain things, just ask me. But yeah, with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.